So this is a really good question. What is the difference between a two-digit S&P 500 and the original? Because this person has seen one for £80 and one for two digits and even one for £5,000. Now this all comes down to the way that the fund provider manages the fund. So the S&P 500 is just an index, or what we call a tracker fund, and that tracks the S&P 500. So the movement up or down will change the value of the current price of that respective ETF. For example, this is the iShares Core S&P 500, the GSPX. Now, it really doesn't matter what the price of the fund is because it will move up and down in terms of percentage points in the way that the fund tracks it. There are, quite a few differences in the way that a particular ETF, for example, the GSPX, will track the S&P 500. Remember that the S&P 500 is just an index with a number, so that has to correlate to dollars. But when you are in the UK, there is differences between the pound and the dollar. Now, for example, this is by Vanguard, so a completely different fund provider, but is tracking the same thing, the S&P 500. This is not a hedged version of the ETF, which means when the currency fluctuations between the pound and the dollar happen, you're going to get a different return in the UK. You can see over the past, 3 months, this is down a whole lot more. Now, you will also realize that the price is different and it really doesn't matter. You don't get just a cheaper fund and then expect to get more money, or in a more expensive value of the fund and think you're going to get more of a return. The return will all be based on how, the fund is tracked. So if you would like a free fractional share on Trading 212 worth up to £100, all you have to do is to go into the promo code section of the Trading 212 app and just enter my code JUBAIR.